and progression of government policy through decision making through the cabinet. I have reflected deeply on this nomination, on my experiences from the past and my experience, and I believe, Honorable Chair and members, that if nominated, I am more than able to handle this task. Indeed, this comes at a national level, which is a great honor, having come from a sector-specific environment. Thank you.
Chair, if you allow me, just one thing. I agree with you that the principles are the same. But you see, in Communications Authority, you're dealing with only one product, communication. You move to cabinet, you're dealing with agriculture, with transport, with energy, with education, with livestock, all manner of things. The subject is so diverse, and the issues are diverse, and you know, at the macro level. But you handled only one. You know, I would have been convinced if you had worked in posta, in agriculture, in, you know, at least a little bit of many things. But only one thing, then you are, I want to use, you are using the escalator to get into cabinet with all that diverse, and you have not been in mainstream government. Are you going to help this country?
Could I respond to that? Okay. Through the chair, indeed, the 22 years have largely been within the ICT sector, which, interestingly, is not a homogeneous sector. It carries various subsectors in it: electronic commerce, cybersecurity, postal, telecommunications. So within it is a diversity of offerings. I did also indicate that over the years, I have actually sat and participated in non-executive capacity in quite a number of institutions, which, if you may, I would like to enumerate. I served on a number of boards as an alternate to the Director General from about 2018. I served in the education sector as an alternate at the Multimedia University, and it is at that time that the college became chartered and moved to become a university. I also sat on the ICT board, which is ICT driven, but is more towards government to citizen connection, much as it is in the sector. I have served on the council of the Institute of Chartered Public Secretaries of Kenya. I have chaired, I'm the immediate past chair of the Certified Public Secretary Board, and currently I sit as a trustee in the SOS Children's Home. These experiences have been very diverse and have brought to my knowledge and in my participation very cross-cutting issues from education, children matters and social welfare, education, and others. I have also undertaken quite extensive training in this area, which I believe will bear me well. I believe this places me in a good space, having had that diversity of exposure to come in and handle the aspects at the national level, be they transport and infrastructure, agriculture, education, the digital economy, and the like. Because indeed, ICT of its very nature is very cross-cutting and is no longer conventional. ICT has now been used as a vehicle to transmit across the board, from agriculture to infrastructure, because Kenya has a very ambitious broadband policy towards becoming a digitally transformed nation. I think from where I come from, it could not have been a better place as we move towards the next.
Yes, Mercy. Now go back to the question I asked you. What do you understand to be the role and duties of a secretary to the cabinet?
Thank you, Chair. The role of the Secretary to the Cabinet is captured in Article 154 of the Constitution, and this is a very critical office because it sits to support the progression of government business, meaning it sits to execute the different policy agendas that would enable achieve the economic transformation agenda going forward. As Secretary of the Cabinet, this is a role that carries a very high threshold of accountability and trust. Indeed, it carries a responsibility that would require one to be very well aware of the subject issues as to